Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is a full video on how to use Quizizz as a form of publishing your tests and quizzes online for your students. Okay, right. So the first thing you need to do is go to Google and type Quizizz, yeah, and it will bring you to this apa tu nama dia, this part, yeah, where you click on the link. This link, yes, that's the word. Click on the link and it will bring you to the home page. Now at the home page, all you need to do is to sign up. I know some people are a bit afraid to sign up. I don't know for what reason, but this is free, so, and it's easy to sign up. So you just click sign up. Okay, and the link will bring you to the sign up page. So what you do is very easy. You just sign up with your Google account and or use your email address. Okay, now once you have done that, since I've already signed up, I'll just go straight to login and I will continue to show how to actually use the apps, yeah, or the Quizizz. Alright. Now, once you've signed up, you can actually see that your name will appear on the left-hand side, and there are several options, because if you want to find other old quizzes that already exist or you want to play with your children, you can actually use this part. But basically what we're here for is to create a new quiz. So we'll click at that and you name your quiz. Okay, so what is it? So that means you have to be prepared with the questions before you use this apps. Okay, all right, first you type in whatever it is that you want to, the name of your quiz or your test. Okay, for example, I'm going to test my students on the understanding of the concept of stereodicysis. Okay, now you have to label or choose the subject matter, and I don't want to make it too difficult for us, so let's just put in education. Okay, all right, then it will bring you to this page which is called the quiz editor. Now, in the quiz editor, this is where you choose the type of questions that you will be giving to your students. This is also something that you can think about once you before you actually plan to use Quizizz. Okay, so for example, you want to use open-ended. You can also mix it as you go along when you are creating the questions online. Yeah. Okay, so for example, I will use open-ended first. Okay, so click at open-ended and you type in your question. What is meant? Okay, I'll ask a very simple question by, okay, stereodicysis. Okay, and that's it, because it is meant to be an open-ended question, so they will type in the question. Once you've done that, save the question. Okay, save the question. Okay, okay, and here you will also get to see how many minutes, or you can also determine how many minutes or seconds that you want your students to answer the question. So here, these are the options. I'll just put 30 seconds because the question isn't so difficult, and I continue with a new question, and here I will say fill in the blank. All right, another question. What else is there to ask? Application. What is the application in Malaysia? Okay, so the answer is then you type in your answer, because this is apa tu nama dia, fill in the blanks, right? Horizontal and vertical application. Okay, all right, and then you save. Okay. All right, so then you continue on with the the creating more questions and more questions. And once you have finished, then you click done. Okay. And here is, if for example you want to add an image, you may do so just by clicking there, and you may choose, for example, you may choose certain pictures. I'll just choose this one randomly, and there it goes. Okay. And here is the grades. Okay, grades ni what are the, this is for sekolah rendah, so we put as university. Okay. And you leave it at public and visible for everyone to see, and again you save. Okay. Now once you've saved, this is actually this is what you can see. Okay. Now you can actually play live with your students during the tutorial period, whereby they will be answering the questions during the tutorial hours, because the university wants to have it synchronized, the synchronized classes, although they're online. So if you want to have that during tutorial questions, you may, or you may also assign, okay, say for example you want to play live, then you click on that and you choose your game mode. So you want them to play as a team, or you want to play individually, or you want to make it as a test. Okay, so you pick your game mode. So here I will just use classic and continue. Okay, so what will come out next is this. All right, you will have to share this information with your students. Yeah, you can do that either through WhatsApp or share it via, it's available here. Twitter if you have Twitter, or Google Classroom if you have that. But if you don't have that, you can also choose to copy the link and send it through other type of other way, in other ways. Okay, but basically what I've usually done is I usually snap this picture and send it to my WhatsApp group, and they will get it, and they will can then, once everybody is online, you confirm everybody is online, then you start the game. Okay, so you cannot start the game until and unless you have the players signing up. Okay, all right, now this is if you do it live. If for example you want to do it as an assignment, yeah, you can also do that, whereby you can actually choose the dates and times in which you want to assign the quiz to your students. Say for example, I want to do it later, 15th May for example, from what time, 12 p.m. until 12 p.m. Yeah, that will be the time that the quiz will be running. Yeah, for 6 days and 10 minutes from the moment you click continue. All right, so I would suggest that you give a time which is reasonable. Yeah. Okay, so once you've done that, that means you've published the quiz. Another thing I forgot to inform you is that you can actually practice. This is in order to see whether or not your quiz is, the questions are playable, and you can see how the students will be playing the quiz. Okay. Now, at this point, you can share with other lecturers in the same section, and ask them to add, if should they want to, or you yourself may want to edit the questions and the way that the questions come out when they are published to the students. Okay. Now the timer, again, you decided earlier. Memes means these are the things, these pictures that come up. Power ups are automatically done by the system, so you don't need to you don't need to worry about that. Okay, once you're done, okay, you can actually go back, close this page, and you go back. this one we don't need. You can answer later. Okay, so you go back to the quiz that you created. You go to my quizzes. Okay, and you can see that this is the latest one that I've created. And then all you need to do is to choose. Once you're happy with what you've done, you save. Remember to save. You can then publish either live, play live, or assign it as a homework. Okay, so I think that's about it. Oh yes, I would also like to show another important aspect of Quizizz is the part where you can actually find reports of how your students done. So I will open an old quiz that I've done with my students in order to show you how this works. Okay, so this is a list of the number of students that have actually sorry about that. Okay, that have actually attempted to do the quiz. Okay, you can see here that the the way or the format that it is produced is with the highest, who gets the highest marks. Yeah, and then you just scroll down to see the rest of your students. Okay, now if you want to send or want to see an overview of all the questions and who did what and who got wrong at what question, you can look at the overview part. Okay, and then you can also download this and actually share this information with your students through iTalim, or you can actually print it and give it to them physically. If you want to do that, I used to do it physically because they get excited when they get the reports. Yeah, but now since we can't do it, so you can actually download. Yeah, and hold on, lambat dah pula ni. But basically, it will download and you can actually use that information and share it through iTalim. Okay, I'm not going to do that because it's taking some time. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so basically that is what you need to do in order to use Quizizz as a format to create quizzes, online quizzes, and tests for your students. So I hope that was useful. Thank you very much for joining me. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.